Welcome to episode 2066. Fernando De Leon, cross-border billionaire between Mexico and US. 9 lessons. Is an outline of episode 2066. Lesson 1 to 5 is lesson 6 to 9. Lesson 1, dual culture, border crossing.
And crossing the border daily to go to school in Texas. The only one in his family born in a U.S. hospital, which guaranteed him citizenship and access to American schools, he'd finish classes in Brownsville, then commute back to his hometown of Matamoros, where he yet again went to school at night with farmers' kids.
And 2, his first fortune as a teenager translator.
Coming from the United States to build manufacturing and logistics facilities in northern Mexico, and I was their facilitator. I helped them build projects and solve problems, and through translation helped them build consensus with constituency.
It was lesson 3, start small, low barrier entry.
If I kind of am completely candid, I think it was a low barrier to entry industry. I didn't have any capital. I didn't have any unique skill sets. And so there was a low barrier to entry to start the real estate industry. So
lesson 4, betting on high growth Dallas.
I left New York and went to Dallas. I couldn't go back home because it was too small a city. But Dallas was this thriving metropolis with, at the time, maybe 4.5 million people. Today it has almost 8 million people. So I bet on the right city.
Lesson 5, family investing, not private equity.
Very little capital. We had a few friends and family that believed in us early, and I fought really hard to grow their capital. Many of them are still with us. There's a handful of family offices that co-invested with us for the better part of 15 years. But
Lesson 6, non-cyclical.
He makes lower risk bets on the services that people always need, meaning their markets are less cyclical and have more predictable growth. Roughly a quarter of his estimated $2.8 billion fortune is now in residential and industrial real estate.
Lesson 7, his company is a conglomerate.
Has 12 operating companies, over a third of which are worth 9 figures, that span 11 industries.
Lesson 8, talents or perseverance.
How powerful the American system was, and how anybody with talent or with perseverance could do well in this country. So those are formative lessons and things that I learned. And
Lesson 9, painful transition from retail to industrial real estate.
It was pretty humbling. I wish it had been a press a button, sell a stock. Yeah. But it was about 300 retail assets, and we sold a lot from, call it, 2016. So I saw that Bed Bath & Beyond was fulfilling their goods through warehouses, not through brick and mortar. That pivot, that transition was painful, but we did it as best we could.
Watching. Please subscribe and leave your questions and comments below. This is November 2024. Greetings from Spain and Portugal.